Hello and welcome to Meanwhile in the Falklands, a laid-back look at FITV Towers here at FITV. It's just me and Ollie here today. So Ollie.
Hello, how are we doing? It is very laid back because we're in a very special location for this podcast, which is quite nice. We're in the Harbour Light Cinema, just relaxing, just having a nice little chat to you, the listener.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I've actually been in the cinema as well. So this is the Stanley Cinema for anyone who doesn't know the Harbour Light Cinema.
This is the national cinema, as they like to call it, it's a nice spot really. Like I said, we're just sat here at the moment with all the red chairs all empty. We just thought we'd try and give it a go here in the cinema rather than being in the office all the time. We'll give it a nice little try.
Try something new when it's just the two of us, because it is just the two of us.
It's crazy, isn't it? Like, I mean, when you arrived, we were kind of all fully staffed, and there's so many people now that have gone on holiday, and now it's just me and you for a week, so that'll be good.
Yeah, so the boys have free reign of FITV, so I'm slightly worried. Worried but excited, I think.
We'll be fine. We'll be absolutely fine. We've got a lot of things on next week in terms of new stuff. We've got obviously some feature stuff that we're doing, which is great. Sports activities that we're doing, and as well, we're not entirely by ourselves because fortunately Hannah does come back, so hopefully she's had a really nice resting break. And then Tyrone, obviously, who's been helping us out as well, is back, so he can help us out edit. So there's only basically me and you for a couple of days, and then everyone's starting to come back a bit.
That's right. So we took the chance to actually to have a trip to the cinema on a Friday morning, whilst it is just the two of us. But yeah, just to fill everyone in. Catherine, who has been obviously working with us, she and Tom have both gone off on the flight this morning. It was a bit of a delayed flight. It was meant to be going out on Monday, but luckily, I mean, we sent them off, didn't we? We waved Tom off this morning, so yeah. I think it should all be fine. And by the time this goes out, they'll be in the air. It was sad to see Tom go as well, wasn't it? Because that's Tom actually going off to college.
Absolutely, yeah.
And moving to the UK. And
Tom's worked here for 3 years, so he's now gone to new pastures, which is great. So he's going to go to college in Shrewsbury, however you pronounce it, and he's studying animation. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does. But when he was here, I really got along with Tom really, really well. In terms of he could film, he could do a bit of editing, he was doing voiceovers, and obviously his animation really, really improved. And even he admitted as well when he first started, he looked back at his old animations and you could see the improvement from when he first started to where he is now, to the point of we still use a lot of his animations in old, like for instance the Stanley Services Indoor Football League. Yeah. We still use the epic trophy spinning animation, and like I say, I was really, really happy for him to. Obviously, it's sad because I've now got an office to myself, but yeah, hopefully he'll do really, really well at college and move up the ladder into what he wants to do in terms of animation. So
definitely, yeah. We wish Tom the best of luck with everything, and I'm sure he's going to be absolutely fine. And he starts quite quickly. You were just telling me that he's enrolling. I think it's next week as well. So
it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
No summer holiday for Tom. He's straight into the work again.
Straight in, because he had to organise his flight and obviously his PCR and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, and then like I say, he's going there and yeah, hopefully he gets involved with as much as he can, and you can tell he's passionate about animation. Yeah, he absolutely loves it. So good on him, and good luck for the future for him. And I'm quite excited to see what he ends up doing.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be watching out for Tom's new work and obviously improving on the great stuff he's already produced for FITV. But on that kind of thought, with obviously travelling back to the UK, it's not long till you get your long-awaited holiday in the UK.
Yes.
Which I know you're looking forward to, aren't you?
I'm absolutely, yes, Jonny. I'm absolutely buzzing at the moment because, like I say, I've been here a year, 8 months, 23 days, 53 milliseconds. Definitely not counting. And like I say, FITV has been brilliant. The Falklands has been absolutely brilliant. But I do need a bit of a holiday just to kind of refresh my batteries. Yeah. So it's actually starting to hit me now. You know when you go on holiday and you get that butterflies in your stomach.
A little bit excited.
You're a little bit excited. So yeah, I'm actually really excited. So I'm going away for 3 weeks from the 17th of August. Hopefully there's no delays. And this is the weird thing though. When I was organising everything and getting everything together, felt a bit surreal because I haven't experienced. I must be one of the last people to fully experience this COVID. Because, like I said, when I left the UK to do this job, COVID wasn't in the UK, or it just started to begin. And then obviously,
when did you actually come?
The 4th of December, and 2019.
Yeah, so that was way. I mean, it all started kind of coming into the news cycle end of January, wasn't it? So
yeah,
it wasn't even really being spoke about, and there weren't any regulations at that time.
Absolutely, and like I say, I've had to buy my face mask as well, which is weird because I've never had to wear a face mask, or I've never had to socially distance, or I've never had to have a PCR test, and all this kind of stuff. So I'll quarantine. I mean, we don't have to quarantine when we get back to the UK, but I'll have to quarantine when I go from the UK back to the Falklands.
Yeah,
I've never had to experience that, and it's as you say, it's quite nerve-wracking, but it's exciting at the same time because it's all new. But yeah, I am really looking forward to it. I've got a few things planned, like I said, see my family and my friends. I'll still be watching what FITV are up to and doing stuff, but it's just one of those where I just have to sit back and just relax for a bit, and then come back for next year. Come back for the next phase of FITV, which is a lot of exciting stuff in the pipeline, like elections, the 40th anniversary, the Commonwealth Games, for example, just the 3 top ones that I can pick out in my head. So, yeah, it's exciting times ahead. Yeah,
you have to get your feet up, get a nice relax, and not exert yourself too much, and then you can come back nice and refreshed, and I'm sure you will. And then we'll have the full team who have all had holidays, apart from myself. But obviously, I did get here a little bit later than everyone else, so I don't think I've earned my holiday. I hope I don't have to wait a year and 8 months to have my holiday like you did, though.
Well, like I say, what happened was, as soon as I arrived, then COVID hit in the UK, so I couldn't go back anyway. And then it was myself and Hannah that were kind of fronting the station at one point, where it was just me and her in the islands, and obviously Paula was helping us back from the UK. And that was kind of a bit of a stressful moment because you're thrown into a job and you're like, oh, okay, let's see how we go. And obviously we did all right after that. And then Hannah went on holiday, and then it was me and Paula, which was great. And then Paula went on holiday, and then it was me and Catherine, which was good. And then, like I say, and then we're all back to, and then we had a bit of a full team when you arrived, which was good.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of like squeezing me into the office because there wasn't any space, and now it's kind of like take your pick of the room you want. Because you've got your own room, I've got my room now, and then there's a room that's not even being used for the time being. But obviously that's only a temporary thing. But it's quite funny how it sort of swings and roundabouts, isn't it? But it kind of mirrors what's happening in the Falklands, which seems to be, this is the time that people do go back to the UK. If they want to see family or that kind of stuff. So
because it is winter time at the moment, so the listener, if you're in the UK at the moment, obviously you might be enjoying the sunshine. I've seen a few pictures from my friends; they're all tanned, beautifully, golden tan and all that. Whereas we're sat here in the
not many tans flying about.
Not many tans. Not many tans flying around here.
Maybe a bit of wind.
Wind burn, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's good and. I mean, on the slight subject of COVID, there has been a bit of COVID in the news in our show this week because there were 3 positive cases that were picked up by people quarantining in the islands. But it's just good. It's good for the confidence that they were picked up in quarantine, and it was all. There haven't been any outbreaks within the community because it's all been contained. So it's good to know that the systems that are sort of being adapted and changed due to the ever-changing circumstances are working here in the Falklands, and there still haven't been any positive cases within the community. So everyone's feeling safe, and it's just good to know that that's all working well.
It's good to know that it's picked up people in quarantine. Otherwise they would have been let out into the community.
Exactly.
Which is great. No, which is absolutely great, and like I say, it shows that all this hard work that the medical staff and the professionals that have been doing is clearly working and protecting the community and the most vulnerable in the community from this deadly disease.
That's it. But yeah, so we can talk about other stuff that's been in the show this week. Yeah. Probably one of the best pieces, your Pebble Island piece.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, but it's just so photogenic, isn't it? And the whole place just kind of does the work for itself in terms of the shots you've got there. I mean, it must have been an amazing. I know a lot of people, when they got the chance of the trip scheme, went over to Pebble Island. It seems like a really popular place to, if people have the time to visit. But just tell me about the experience you had there? Because I mean, I've seen the package, and obviously you can see the package on the show if you're interested. But it just makes you want to go to it when you see that kind of stuff.
Well, I'm happy that you've said that, because that's the kind of major idea behind these kind of island trip videos that we went to. Pebble Island is a really, really nice island because it's got everything there for you. You know, you've got your wildlife there, you've got your penguin rookeries. You can see, I mean, arguably you can see all 5 penguins in one day if the king and macaroni arrive.
Yeah, the macaroni ones look so cool.
Insane, yeah. I mean, they're very rare here as well. So you can see them, and then as well you've got for wildfowl, so you've got quite a lot of species of black necked swans, which is quite rare as well.
Wow.
But then as well at Pebble Island, which is great, you've got the history. So it was a site for an SAS raid during the 1982 conflict. If you're into your kind of war history. Before that as well, it was the site of one of the biggest wool producing farms in the Falkland Islands, which was quite good. And when you go there, the buildings are still there, so you can still see remnants of this old farm, this old pre-82 Falklands heritage.
And that is such a big part of the Falklands history as well. The wool industry, and the fact that you've got those two big things as the history side of it. Amazing.
Exactly, and like I say, it's got a variety of things for people. You know, if you want to go and walk in, they've got the 3 Peaks Challenge. It's not as insane as the UK, where you got Ben Nevis, Snowdon, and Scafell Pike. I think it's Scafell Pike or Helvell, and one of them. Correct me if I'm wrong, listener. But you've got the 3 peaks in the Falklands, which is at Pebble Island. So you've got 3 nice little mountains there.
So how long would that take the average walker?
I mean, I didn't try.
Did you not
that.
do it?
No,
oh, Ollie, come on!
You'll have to go, Johnny. You have to go
on.
And just test out, because you're an avid walker. I know that.
But did Ricky there? Did he say if someone was interested? Is like a day thing?
Yeah. It wouldn't take longer than a day.
No, okay.
But yeah, I didn't personally try it. I should have probably tried it. I know you're an avid walker, so that might be an option for you to go, Johnny. But yeah, and then you've.
We've been trying to get you to work on your walking.
Yeah,
Ollie.
true. I need to stop.
If anyone is listening, I say that because Ollie, there's a coffee shop, Rose's coffee shop, next to our office, which is genuinely about a 15-second walk to get there. And Ollie
about 30,
drove the car from our car park to Rose's coffee shop car park, which probably takes longer to actually drive. So yeah, we are working on Ollie's walking.
I'm trying my best. I'm doing my best, which is good. But going back to the Pebble though, they've got also aircraft that are just there, just haven't been touched for 38 years. Argentine aircraft that had been destroyed, and like I say, it's there as a memorial because obviously some of the crew died during that conflict. So, but it's just there as you can see it with your own eyes. There, you can see the plane, you can see the ejector seat that the pilot used to try and escape the plane as it was going down. Like I say, it's got that history. It's got the wildlife. It's got the epic landscapes. One time I remember filming there, they had the imperial cormorants, and the little youths were trying to fly, and then all they were doing was just jumping off the rock. And because they were trying to learn how to fly, they were just jumping off the rock. But yeah, a really stunning island, and like I say, Ricky, who took me out to all these places, was a really, really good tour guide.
Yeah,
showed me a lot of the spots, and there was one spot he knew I was really interested in geology, so he took us and saw the fossils, which was quite
nice.
a rarity there, especially in the Falklands. So that was good. But like I say, a variety of things, and I'm happy that because I would say when I edit the piece, I try not to show yourself or Catherine before you see it.
Yeah.
Because then after that you can get a really good second opinion on what you think. So, and it's really good that's a good feedback from you.
No, definitely. And you mentioned Ricky as a tour guide, but that comes across a lot in the video. He's obviously very knowledgeable of the place, and Ricky he picked up so many awards in the tourism awards just recently gone as well, and you can see why just from your video, because you've interviewed him. He obviously knows what he's talking about, but even just taking groups around just seems really hospitable. So I mean it's great, and it's definitely, if I get the chance, you've put it on my list, so I'll definitely.
No, that's good to hear.
Hopefully when the weather. Well, when we start getting to spring and summer and the season starts opening up, it could be one that I could try and get myself over to.
Well, tell me about when you go then. Tell me about the how long it takes to do the 3 peaks.
Yeah, that's it. That'll be my challenge. I'll actually try and do the 3 peaks and I'll time myself and then give you a bit of feedback.
but also you've been busy this week. You've done quite a few things in terms of pieces, including the finale of the hockey, which was the Gameathon, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I think we've mentioned before in another podcast that the hockey season's now wrapped up with an exciting final that happened. It was about a week and a half ago now. But yeah, they had last Sunday. They had, just to kind of cap the season off, a nice roundup. It was a 9-hour Gameathon. So basically the Hockey Association took over the Stanley Sports Hall, and it's starting at 8:30 with the young PUE teams. So these are kids basically who are all really diddy kids, and they're all in their hockey gear and just charging around as the adults do really. And they started at 8:30, and then there were, I think it was about 11 games straight. So just literally back to back, going up in a range of age groups, and there was deck hockey as well, which is inline hockey but without the skating. So a nice variety of both. But the idea behind it was that there was a home side and an away side, and the game scores would tot up as the day went on. So it was a big kind of like home versus away, and it ended up with the girlies against the goalies game, which is
cool.
which is really funny to watch. So the idea behind that is that it's a big girls team, and then all the goalies would have to play outfield. So they're not these are basically players who don't really know how to, well, they know how to skate, but they don't usually have to skate very far. Yeah. So it was really funny because there was so much falling over and smashing into walls. I mean, a lot of the walls were being used just to help the goalies stop really, or prop them up. But yeah, it was a really good sort of send off for the hockey season, because I've really enjoyed covering the senior inline league, but it's the Hockey Association is much more than just the senior leagues. Yeah. It's the deck hockey, it's the junior leagues, and I mean, it's amazing. Just I haven't had too much chance to watch too many of the junior leagues, but I did obviously on the Gameathon, and those guys, like, they're so quick and they dart around, and it's just so good to see the spirit that is played in, but also the passion that a lot of them have. And when I was speaking to Sam and Joe, they were just saying how it's been such a successful season, and they just love seeing the passion that the kids all have, and they're playing like 4 games in a row in this Gameathon, and they're not getting tired.
Oh, nice! Brilliant.
So it was really nice to sort of finish the season on that, and it was decided by 1 goal. There was 1 goal in it at the end, which seems pretty crazy. Mad. So it was literally decided by 1 goal. The winners were, but I mean, it wasn't really about who won it. It was more just everyone turning up, and there was a massive crowd at the end to watch all the goalies fall over. So it does
seem like a big of a community sport, doesn't it? Like I say, there's a lot of people that watches hockey.
Yeah,
a big crowd and things, and obviously everyone's really involved. So yeah, it's quite good. And they've also got the really cool shirts as well.
They got all the shirts, and they updated all their shirts this year, so they're all sort of brand spanking new designs for this season. So they all look really, really good. And yeah, I love it. Like they have all the music that gets played out. I haven't really worked out who does all the music and the sound effects, but they're on it. They're so quick on it. Like as soon as the goal goes in, there'll be a massive like buzzer sound. Oh, nice. So if you do watch the show this week, there were a few buzzer sounds intermittent with my interviews, so it's sometimes a little bit hard to hear. But that is the
ambience in, kept the real in.
Yeah, that's the nature of the of watching the hockey. But yeah, it's just been a great season, and what a way to finish it off. And I've really enjoyed covering it. So
yeah, you've done a lot of stuff there, haven't you, really, like filming every week for the senior league, which is good. And I guess all the highlights, or if you want to watch it, listener, all the highlights are on YouTube, aren't they? So
yeah, they are. Yeah, they're all on YouTube. But yeah, I think everyone will be happy for a bit of a well-earned rest as well, because it's been a busy season. But that's great. And kind of moving on, staying with the venue as such, but we'll be going along to the school, which is just next door to the leisure centre next week, because it's actually results days for both A-levels and GCSE students.
Yes,
on Tuesday and Thursday, which does take it. We were talking about this before, but it sort of takes us back to when we were getting our results. I mean, it wasn't too long ago.
No. Well, we're still quite young. Well, I'm still quite young, aren't we? So,
I mean, to be fair, when you say it, how old are you when you GCSEs? Are 16.
16. Yeah.
So for me, that's 8 years ago, which does sound like a long time.
10 years ago, jeez, long time. No, it is. Like I say, people. Well, good luck to everyone, I should say.
But what are your memories of when you were picking up? Did you have to go into school to pick them up?
I had to go into school,
physically?
Yeah. Well, you could go online and do it, but I wanted to actually go in there and meet up with my friends. And
have the experience.
Yeah, and then go for a coffee at the end, and just to chill with my friends at that point, and just reward. But yeah, I remember really nerve-wracking at the time. But yeah, good luck to everyone. Like I say, I opened mine. I did all right. I did fine. I got one of my expected grades, and then I qualified. I got into college after that.
Yeah.
Moved up that way. But like I say, some of my friends didn't do as well. But even so, they're doing really, really well for themselves now. And like I say, it's just, like I say, it's what you make of them, what you make of your grades,
definitely,
isn't it?
definitely.
Yes, because like I say, a few of them didn't get the grades, and they were quite upset at the time. But they regrouped and went again, and are doing really, really well for themselves at the moment. So
Yeah.
really, really well. And then obviously some of my friends have got really, really high grades and doing really well as well. So it's obviously GCSEs are important, but it's not always the be all and end all.
No, not at all, not at all. And the same with A levels. There's different routes you can go about things. So it's obviously a nerve-wracking day for everyone. But I remember my GCSE results. I picked them up at school as well, and you have to go to a desk with the letters. So I'm B, so I went to the first desk and then picked them up. And then I met up with a few of my mates because we were all going to Leeds Festival for the first time
brilliant.
after. So we all picked up our results, and then we had our big festival bags and camp chairs, and we were waiting for our mates' mums to pick us up. So we all just sat in the car park with our camp chairs out, and oh man, it was luckily like everyone was in like a really jolly mood, and it was a great way to celebrate. So I'm sure there'll be lots of celebrations on Tuesday and Thursday for the students here, because
it's a good. I don't know if you were the same, but when I was doing them, I kind of towards the end I was kind of 100% just all in my GCSEs, and then once you get your results, it's like a massive weight off your shoulder. Like
yeah, definitely.
You finish, and then you're on to your next chapter, your next step, whether that be further education at A level, or whether that be, I don't know, into more practical based. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was. I remember because I was a bit different. I kind of sat in the toilet for an hour, just kind of preparing myself.
Oh no.
I was really nervous, but like I said,
it is nerve-wracking, and it's pretty normal to be nervous to pick up those results, because it feels like it's sort of your whole life on the line, but it's not that big a thing.
I kind of believed the hype at the time, I guess, and then I was looking slowly lifting it up. As like I said, did quite well actually, and then I called my mum straight away, my dad as well, and they were really proud. And then after that, the relief was off, and then off we went, off me and my friends, check if they were all right.
Yeah, definitely. And I think
relaxed.
A key thing is to make sure the students do celebrate, because they've worked. Everyone works hard for the exams, and it's a stressful time, that exam period. So when you do get your results, just make sure you enjoy it and have that nice. I'm sure they'll be having a bit of a break, because I've seen a few students at badminton who've been playing, and they're saying they've got their 4-week winter holiday now.
Brilliant.
So.
Well, I mean, like I say, our GCSEs led us to FITV, so how benefit there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so moving on from school stuff, there's actually other stuff that's going on this weekend. It's the Falklands Ball, which is sort of the main winter ball here in the Falkland Islands. So there's the May Ball, which is also a big event, and then there's the Falklands Ball, but neither of us have tickets. We haven't swindled our way in.
We haven't,
so
unfortunately.
We'll be taking a time out, but I know a few people who are going, and they've been preparing their suits and dresses and stuff.
Yeah, no, it should. I've never been, to be fair, the only ball I've been to in the Falklands is the Poppy Ball, which was brilliant. But yeah, I've never actually had a chance to. Well, never actually been to a ball here, so I might have to.
Need to polish your shoes off.
Get my polish, get my suit on for the next one. But yeah, I mean that's a good little end for everyone as well, isn't it? For like I say, we just mentioned GCSEs, etc. Get the results and go to the ball.
Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah, there could be a few prolonged celebrations for Saturday night.
Yeah, that should be good.
It's a perfect way to celebrate, really. Everyone in the town hall, and have a little dance and everything, bit of music.
Throw a few shapes, yep.
Yeah, that's it.
There is the reason why, right, listener, we've got to be honest here. The reason why me and Jonny are now in separate rooms is because we've got a big event on Sunday, huge event between me and Jonny.
It's massive.
It's absolutely huge. And the thing is, right, we play in the Stanley Services Indoor Football League, and I play for the mighty FIC Rangers, and Jonny plays for the GK Bull Rings. So I'm being the third person, but you play for the GK Bull Rings.
Yeah.
And we're meeting each other on Sunday.
Derby Day.
So Derby Day, exactly. So we need to get ourselves mentally prepared, get ourselves ready, because fortunately, Jonny, you've qualified for the quarterfinals of the trophy, We haven't at the moment, so we need a victory, otherwise we get pretty much knocked out. So yeah, it's a lot more on the line for us than it is for you at the moment. But yeah,
which doesn't mean that we're going to give you a win. No way. I would take a lot of pleasure in knocking you out and seeing you out of the competition before it's even really started.
See what I mean, Lister? That's why we're in opposite rooms at the moment.
Yeah, if people can't see us, we are sat quite far away from each other, just so we don't come to blows. But yeah, it's going to be a busy weekend. That'll be on Sunday, and then I'll knock you out, and you'll be sulking for the rest of the week. So you might just see me on the sofa presenting the show, because Ollie will be, just dwelling on his loss on Sunday.
Make sure you clip this, listener, because like I say, I'm gonna play this clip throughout all next week.
There is. If there's one game I want to win, it's that one. That's the big one. But we are coming off, I think it's 3 wins in a row.
Yeah, I think we're coming off 3 losses.
But that doesn't mean anything. Form means nothing in Derby Day. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the indoor football league. It's going really well, and the games just seem to come in thick and fast at the moment.
It's good. Yeah. It's a nice, like I said, I think we said this earlier, but it's a nice little relaxation. Once you work, you finish 6 o'clock, whatever. You go into the leisure centre and you just I don't know, you just run, you play football with a couple of friends, and just a nice way of relaxing, really. No,
it's quality. It's good, and hopefully we can have a good game. In all seriousness, have a good game on Sunday, and I can smash you. But yeah,
fighting talk there.
I think that's a good way to wrap it all up, to be fair. And you'll have to tune in next week to see who's become victorious in the old Derby Day. But yeah, our show will be going out tonight, as usual, at 7 Friday, so you can catch that on KTV on the usual means of FITV's channel. You can also watch online at www.fitv.co.fk. I think I've got that right, haven't I, Ollie? I'm not usually the one who has to say all this.
It's all right, you're doing
well. I'm trying to remember all the details. Anything else, Ollie?
So yeah, /channel.html.
There we go.
So that's that one.
/channel.html. Make sure you do that.
And then obviously we've got a second podcast as well, which is the News Roundup, and that's available on Spotify, SoundCloud and iTunes. And that's a podcast for someone to listen to the news on the go. So if you're walking your dog or etc., you can listen to all the weekly headlines.
Great stuff. Nicely done, Ollie, and I will work on that myself.
It's all good. We're doing good.
A future podcast. But anyway, that's great. And tune in next week to hear who wins in the big Derby Day.
Big game. See you later.
See ya.